Hey guys, John V here from PhoneArena. Today I'm doing an unboxing of the Sony Tablet P. It's a very quirky looking tablet, very different from most things we see. It ditches the usual slab-like form factor and instead utilizes this, as Sony says, a foldable touchscreen tablet design. So we'll check it out and see what it's about. As far as packaging, nothing out of the ordinary. Typical AT&T, you have the orange, blue, and white color theme going on. You got the image of the tablet right there. Some branding, Sony, AT&T, Tablet P. Nothing really out of the ordinary. UPC information. And in the back, you get a larger picture, not really indicative of the actual size of the tablet. You get some quick tidbits here. It's 4G, HSPA+, not LTE with this guy here. Android OS, Honeycomb, I believe, 3.2. It has a browser, gaming, and social feeder. With the gaming, though, I believe it's also PlayStation certified, like the Sony Xperia Play 4G, so you could play PlayStation games on there. So let's take a look at this guy here. Open it up, greeted to a quick start guide, very first thing, usual thing we find. And here is the Tablet P. And we took a hands-on look at this guy at CES, but we'll take a slightly closer look here. Very different, and honestly, it looks like some sort of pocketbook, you know, just when it's closed. It has a silver metallic exterior. You have some glossy black accenting it. Open it up, you have the tablet, very clean looking. That's what it looks like. Almost like a handheld gaming console. Very similar to the Nintendo DS in some ways, but we'll take a look at that. Nice build quality to it. Very nice indeed. So underneath that you have the battery. Now here, this is the interesting part. You have two touchscreens on there, and Sony packages a 3080 milliamp hour battery, so that's kind of questionable thinking about the two displays it has on there. Now to put the battery in, it looks like there's this notch right here on one side. Push that down, it kind of exposes one area, and then there's another notch up here. You press that and you gain access to the battery compartment. And here it is where you put the battery. It comes with a, looks like a micro SD card. It is preloaded with a, doesn't say exactly, 2 GB card right out of the box. So you have 2 GB of internal storage, and unfortunately you have to remove the battery in order to replace that. So just pop it in like so. Put it in like that, and closing it up, I believe you do it from the bottom side here, and then just snaps into position like so. So let's power this guy on, and while that's booting up, take a look at the other stuff that's included with this guy. So let's power this guy on. There you go. We'll let that turn on in the meantime, and we'll take a look at the other stuff here. And we'll talk about specs in a moment. So the other goodies included with the Sony Tablet P, you get some more documentation inside, and of course, charger, wall plug, the adapter. That's pretty much it, and it looks like it's proprietary. Not sure if you can charge it through USB. I know there's a micro USB port on there. So unfortunately, no micro USB ports. Rather interesting. Kind of wondering why that's not included, but that's what it is. So make sure you have a micro USB cable on hand, because of course you'll probably need that to check out this tablet. So nothing out of the ordinary with the box packaging, typical of anything else out there. So here is the Sony Tablet P. Very interesting, quirky design. As said, foldable, clamshell, as some people would like to say. Let's take a look at the specs. Talk about the specs here. It has two 5.5 inch and two 5.5 inch displays. I believe the resolution is 1024 by 480. Now don't think for a moment that these two 5.5 inch displays will equal to an 11 inch display. It's definitely not. 5.5 inch diagonally like so, another one on top. There is a small bezel in between both, but the interesting part is that there's this really wide bezel on both sides, over an inch thick. And, you know, kind of makes it a little bit larger than it has to be, but that's the way that Sony engineered this guy here. Very clean looking, glossy too, and, you know, it does attract a lot of fingerprints right off the bat. It has a front-facing camera here. I believe it is, take a look here, it says 0.3 megapixel camera, so only a VGA one. In the rear, in the back right there, yeah, I believe it's a 5 megapixel autofocus camera on there. Ability to shoot 720p videos, no 1080p with this guy here. And it's running a dual-core 1 GHz NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor, and it's coupled with 1 GB of RAM. So nothing really compelling with the specs. It's running Android 3. let's see, 3.2 I believe, 3.2 Froyo. Let's make sure of that. Let's go to settings here. 3.2.1 honeycomb, not Froyo, honeycomb. So that's what you get out of the box. No word yet. This guy's gonna get ice cream sandwich, but we'd hope that it's gonna get ice cream sandwich, of course, seeing that this just got released. And displays, you know, just similar to the one on the Sony Tablet S. It has the true black display, so you get some really dark black color. High contrast, though viewing angles are a little bit questionable. You could tell it kind of distorts the color at extreme angles, but head-on looks pretty nice. Let's change the wallpaper here, see what they have. See if we could show you off the true black, and just like the Sony Tablet S, only one stock wallpaper right there, which is the same one found on the Tablet S. So very nice looking, and so far running pretty smooth, but we'll check that out in a moment. You know, we'll run a couple different benchmark tests, but very different from any other tablet out there. Not sure if this a lot more compact than a larger size tablet, but very different. That's what's unique about it. And again, it's $550 outright or 300 with a 2-year contract. Take a look, see what else we have. Looks like you have a 3.5mm headset jack right there in the towards the bottom, so you can plug in your headphones and whatnot. On the side here, you have all your ports, proprietary power port, your dedicated power button. Looks like you have a slot here for the micro USB, and you also have the volume controls all up on there. And it looks like the microphone's on there as well. Nothing around the hinge here. Looks like it's pretty sturdy hinge. You know, there's no mechanism to it, but it stays put whatever angle you have it. So if you're going to be putting it down like a laptop in some way, you can do that as well. And that's pretty much it. With it, I believe this is a speaker right over here. There's a notch there for a speaker, but nothing else. Very clean looking for the most part. So we'll be taking a look at this guy here. If you want to learn more about the Sony Tablet P, you can check out our website, guys, PhoneArena.com. This is John V. Thanks for watching.